Good morning. This is my second attempt at making my late video because I didn't follow through on Sunday. Too much happening. I follow Christopher Witecki. He is one of my big mentors right now. And him and Adrian Picone, who has butterfly coaching. Um, I just really sort of want to catch you up. This week was boundary pushing. That seemed to be where I got the most of what I'm experiencing was boundary pushing. So I want to talk about that a minute. It's pretty emotional for me. I um, have a son who has a condition, and for his whole life he's walked a tightrope. Everything he's done, he's had to be this image of perfection, so to speak, in a funny kind of way. Um, I don't know if you know what schizoaffective disorder is, but that's what we have going on. And it's tough, but here's the bottom line. I have waited my whole life, and I'm 67 years old, for a moment where I can be the creative individual I am. I have art training. I have the ability to do many different types of art skills and crafts. But because I had limitations within my family, having two mentally handicapped people um, that I took care of, and two young children on top of that, I have a tendency to not be able to allow that creative energy to come out and be itself, to be manifest. And that has happened for many years, but that has all been changing. Um, Here recently, I inherited early a house with the proviso that this would allow my eldest son, who has this condition, to never be on the street, to never worry about someplace where he could live. And that all came into question when he went to go get his shot, and nobody had ordered it, and it wasn't available. And on the walk back from the hospital, because I was watching infants under 3, he thought about it and decided he doesn't want to take his meds anymore. Um, for those of you who deal with these kind of issues, you know what a calamity that can be, because the downhill spiral starts. And it may take 5 months, it may take 6, it may take 8, but things start to fall apart. And getting them back on track is just what I just started doing. This is only his second month back on his meds, so for him to say no, and this house is mine too, and I'm not going anywhere, and you can't force me. In the state of Washington, that is true. You can't. Um, in the state of Nevada, I had authority, and I could get him back on his meds, but not in this state. And that's okay. I understand, and I actually want him to understand that if he wants to live somewhere else, he wants to live by himself, I respect that totally. And yes, right now is not the right time. There's nothing available for people who have disabilities. There's waiting lists everywhere, and he's got a home. I don't know how long it will take for me to be able to convince him to get back on his medications for my well being. But today, I went and saw his doctor. They apologized because it was their error, and I apologize because I that I even have to go to this extent. On the other hand, for anybody who's out there that understands what it's like, life gets hectic and you just want with all your heart for things not to fall apart. So, this is Shock October, and yesterday was me finding out clearly that the one boundary I have to really work on and stand up for and be part of my me ridge with, keep my vow, is to allow myself this creativity I've longed for. So today I went and saw his doctor. Today I went and saw the county mental health, and it comes down to this. I know that because I have made a decision, everything will change in my life. I know that everything is moving forward regardless of his attitude or what he does. That I may not be able to get help the way I would like help, but help is already here. And I need to trust my angels because, as I had said in my earlier video, which you will not hear because it was in the coffee shop and it was too loud for my recording to be heard. So I'm not voting. And I'm telling the world I'm not voting because it does not make any difference to me who gets in there. They're contrived systems. They're contrived. They're lies. They don't do what they say, or we wouldn't be getting all these flipping calls on the phone for people that are scam artists that is allowed when in the 80s, when we got these phones, it was not allowed. It was not allowed. Who got paid off for that shit? That's what I want to know. That's what's wrong with the government. They're doing the morally correct thing for consumers, people, human beings down here at the bottom. So what I want to say is, it don't make no difference who wins this election. The political games will continue to go on until we, individual fire ants, get off our mental butt heads and understand that there's a higher order to everything around us. And we are part of a massive transition. And it's happening now, baby. It ain't happening tomorrow, yesterday. It's happening now. And that if you and me and everybody make the kind of me ridge vow to say, I got a boundary here, trusting a higher authority, that everything is going to work because that is the way higher authority wants it, then you know as well as I do that anything is possible, and that is what we are. We are creators of a higher destiny. And this is the day. So I got up this morning, went and saw the doctor, found out what happened, found out that there's really not much I can do, not in this state, and went and had a cup of coffee, made a video, and now I'm spilling my guts to you. Because maybe you're somebody out there who either has a family member or are the family member that is going through this, and you just want people to leave you the fuck alone. You just want to be on your own. And I don't blame you. Which is why I've always been a little bit relaxed on not pushing. However, I, myself, this time, it's about me becoming the highest good I can be and helping the community the way I've always wanted to. About reaching out to people and saying, your dream can come true. You may have to do a little bit of boundary setting and follow through, but you know, it's the time to do it. It's the time to step up. It's the time to step out. It's the time to say, this is what I've always wanted. And no, you're not going to get in my way. If you don't want to be on your meds, God forbid, but if you don't want to be on your meds and you can't stay within the boundaries of the coloring book, then you're going to have to leave, and I don't know what that means. So I'm not going to put thought into that. I am just going to set up the boundaries, make them clear in writing, and say, okay, we can talk about it if you don't like these, but we got to follow these so that I have the same right to happiness as you do, to be able to express my individual gifts and allow others to express their individual gifts. That's what this is all about. And we're coming into that fullness, into that full time. And this is a time of great celebration for that. So please, if you hear this and you think, well, whatever, she's Lulu. That's all right. I don't care what you think of me. It's what I think of you. That's the deal. It's not what you think of me. It's what I think of you. And I think of this presidency as a joke. I think of all of the world leaders, all are right now sitting in this same place going, some people are saying, oh, we need Trump because he's got enough strength to stand up to the Chinese. Good. All of it. Every bit of it. It's a game and I'm not playing it anymore. You know what I'm playing? I'm playing with angels. I'm playing with God's tools. I'm playing with the activity of the mind, of my mind, as a creative mind, as somebody who believes that that is the source of all reality. That our morphic fields are stronger than anything a government might impose on us except for losing our free will. Now, if you want to lose your free will, that's your business, but I ain't going on that train. I'm not staying on that road. So let's all be thankful that Shocktober is giving us the transition tools to make this kind of life changes. And it might be a little tough, but I guarantee you, I'm sticking with it. And I've been on this train for a long time. So I appreciate everybody letting me sort of speak my mind. And this is only my third video, so bear with me. I'm learning. And so there's snow coming down, and that's my piece of property over there that I haven't done anything with and hoping to do something with soon. I hope we get a chance to talk more often, because maybe this has brought me to a place where I can do that. I hope so. But have a great day, and may you be blessed by your angels and your guides in the highest good for all.